She ran an empire worth billions, but all it took was one grease-covered smile for her frozen heart to melt for the first time. Helena Cavalcanti was New York's youngest and most powerful CEO. At 32, she commanded a fortune of $4.7 billion. She woke up at 5 in the morning and went to bed at 2 in the morning. Her life was filled with meetings, contracts, and decisions that moved millions. The media called her the Ice Queen. She never smiled, never got involved with anyone, always alone amidst luxury. But that Tuesday had been exhausting. After 15 hours of work, Helena dismissed her driver. She needed to breathe, drive alone, feel human for a few hours. So she took a discreet sedan from the garage and drove aimlessly through the streets of Manhattan. The rain came down hard and suddenly. The car started making strange noises and stopped in the middle of a nearly deserted street in Queens. Helena pounded the steering wheel in frustration. She looked around and saw a small mechanic shop still open. Mendez Auto Repair. He took a deep breath, grabbed his bag, and ran there in the rain. The door was ajar. Helena entered, dripping water onto the floor. A man was crouched down, repairing an engine. When he heard the noise, he stood up and looked at her. He was handsome, about 28, with a greasy old t-shirt and messy hair, but the smile he gave was warm and kind. "Hey, you're soaked!" He grabbed a clean towel from a shelf. "Here, dry yourself." Helena accepted the towel, surprised by the kindness. It had been a while since someone had cared about her like that. "My car stopped out front," she explained. "Let me take a look. Stay here in the dry. I'll be right back." Helena stood there surveying the workshop. It was small and modest, but organized. There was a photo on the wall, the young man next to an older man hugging and smiling. In the corner, a framed mechanical engineering diploma. 10 minutes later, he came back pushing her car, completely soaked, but still smiling. "I found the problem. It's going to take about 2 hours to fix. Do you want me to call an Uber? Or do you have someone who can pick you up? Can I wait here?" The words were out of Helena's mouth before she could think. "Sure, let me make some coffee." He grabbed an old thermos. "It's not gourmet coffee, but it'll keep you warm." He poured the coffee into 2 dented aluminum mugs and introduced himself. "I'm Lucas, by the way." "Lena," Helena lied, not knowing exactly why. Maybe because she didn't want to be the billionaire CEO right now. She just wanted to be a normal person. "Nice to meet you, Lena." Lucas started working on her car. "Do you live around here?" "No, in Manhattan." "Ah, Millionaire's Island." He laughed. "It must be quite different from here." "It's quite different." While Lucas worked, he chatted naturally. He explained that the workshop had belonged to his father, which he had inherited 3 years ago when his father died of cancer. He explained that he had dropped out of engineering school to keep the business afloat. He talked about the neighborhood, his loyal customers, and his dreams of expanding one day. Helena listened to every word, fascinated. He wasn't trying to impress. He didn't want anything from her. He was just sharing his life. "And you, Lena? What do you do?" "I work with business management." "It must be stressful." "It's very stressful." Lucas stopped working and looked at her. "You look tired, like really tired. Not just in body, you know, in soul." Helena felt a tightness in her chest. How could this stranger see what no one else could see? "That's a good observation," she said quietly. "My father always said, there's no point in gaining the whole world if you lose yourself in the process." Lucas went back to work. "It took me a while to understand that, but now I understand." The 2 hours passed like minutes. When Lucas finally finished, Helena didn't want to leave. "There, that's $200. Helena took the money from her wallet. It was less than she'd spend on lunch. She handed it to him, and their fingers touched for a second. An electric current passed between them. "Thank you, Lucas." "You're welcome, Lena." Helena was already at the door when she heard his voice. "Hey, Lena?" She turned around. Lucas was nervous, fidgeting with his hands. You ever come back here? Helena's heart raced. Why? Because I'd like to see you again, if you want. Helena knew she should say no. She knew she was starting something dangerous. But she looked at that man with the honest smile and replied, I'll be back. Helena began living two completely different lives. By day, she was the CEO. By night, she'd kick off her high heels, tie up her hair, put on simple jeans, and drive to Queens to become Lena. On her third visit to the workshop, Lucas invited her to dinner at a small Italian restaurant in the neighborhood. Nothing fancy, just homemade pasta and cheap wine. Helena accepted without hesitation. This place is special to me, Lucas said as they walked through the streets. My father used to bring me here every Sunday after Mass. The owner, Giuseppe, has known my family for 30 years. When they entered, a white-haired Italian man shouted excitedly, Lucas, my boy! Then he looked at Helena curiously. And who is this pretty girl? This is Lena, Giuseppe, special friend? Special friend. The words made Helena's heart race. Over dinner, Lucas shared more about his life. How hard it had been to lose his father so young. How he missed his father's advice. How he sometimes woke up in the middle of the night thinking he'd heard his father's voice calling. Sorry, he said, wiping his eyes discreetly. I talk about this too much. No. Helena held his hand across the table. Don't apologize. It's beautiful to see someone who loves so much. Lucas laced his fingers through hers. And you, Lena? Your family? Helena froze. Her family was complicated. Parents who raised her to be a money-making machine, devoid of affection and care. We're not close, she said simply. It's just me. It must be lonely. It is. For the first time, Helena admitted it out loud. It's very lonely. Lucas squeezed her hand. You don't have to be alone, Lena. That night, when Lucas walked her back to the car, he stopped before she got in. Can I see you again? Tomorrow? Tomorrow I have work. Helena hesitated. She had a crucial meeting with Japanese investors. After work then? Just for a coffee or a walk? Helena looked into those hopeful eyes. How could she say no? Okay, after work. The days turned into weeks. Helena and Lucas saw each other 4-5 times a week. He took her to explore the neighborhood, the bakery where he'd bought bread since he was a child, the park where he played basketball with his friends, the small church where his father was buried. Helena experienced the life she never had. Neighbors who greeted each other on the street, children playing on the sidewalk, the diner owner who knew everyone's name. It was simple, but it was real. You're different from any woman I've ever met, Lucas said one night as they walked through the park. There's something about you, a strength, but also a fragility that you try to hide. Everyone has weaknesses, she said evasively. I know, but you carry yours alone, don't you? Lucas turned to her. You don't have to do this to me, Lena. With me, you can be yourself. If he knew she wasn't being herself, that every word was a lie, he might never speak to her again, and Helena didn't want that. Then Lucas came closer and kissed her. It was soft and genuine, full of feeling. Helena felt her legs weaken. It had been 3 years since she'd kissed anyone, and never, ever had she been kissed like that, as if she were precious, loved, desired with so much affection. When they parted, Lucas smiled nervously. Sorry, I should have asked sooner. Helena pulled him back and kissed him again, more intensely this time, feeling every second because she knew that this was temporary, that eventually everything would fall apart. But at that moment, in his arms, Helena decided she would enjoy every stolen second. Across town, at the Cavalcanti Holdings office, Roberto, Helena's personal assistant, was worried. His boss was different. She was leaving early, smiling while looking at her phone, and seemed light, and that frightened him. He discreetly checked her calendar and saw meetings canceled, business dinners declined. Something was up. Roberto picked up the phone and called the only man who could help. Augusto Ferreira, Helena's mentor and the company's largest shareholder. "Mr. Augusto, we need to talk about Mrs. Cavalcanti." Meanwhile, in Queens, Helena and Lucas were lying on the grass in the park, gazing at the stars. He was holding her hand. "Lena? Try? I'm falling in love with you." Helena's heart stopped. She turned her head and looked at him. Lucas was serious. "I know we only met recently, but I feel something I've never felt before. Like you're the missing piece in my life." Helena felt the tears well up, because she felt the same way, but she also knew she was building that love on lies. "Lucas, You don't have to say anything right now," he interrupted gently. "I just wanted you to know that you're important to me. Very important." Helena squeezed his hand tighter and decided in that moment that she would tell him the truth. Soon, before it was too late. But fate had other plans. 2 weeks after that kiss in the park, Helena and Lucas were inseparable. One Friday night, Lucas took her to the rooftop of his apartment building. It was a simple space with old chairs and a few plants, but the view of the city was beautiful. He had prepared a picnic with homemade sandwiches, soda, and a cake he'd bought at the neighborhood bakery. "It's nothing fancy," Lucas said nervously. "But I thought it would be nice for us to have some alone time." Helena looked at the man who had prepared everything with such care and felt her chest tighten. He tried so hard to impress her with what little he had. If only he knew she dined at Michelin-starred restaurants every week, but she said, "It's perfect." They sat together, eating and talking. And Lucas talked about his plans for the workshop. He wanted to hire a helper, maybe expand to do more specialized work. But for that, he needed at least $50,000. It may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, it's a fortune. "It will take me years to save it," he said. $50,000. Helena could spend that in a week. She could transfer the money to him right now. But how would she explain where it came from? "You'll get it," she said, taking his hand. "I'm sure." Lucas pulled her closer and kissed her. The kiss deepened, becoming more intense. When they broke apart, they were both breathless. "Lena," Lucas whispered, resting his forehead against hers. "I've never felt this way about anyone. You drive me crazy." "You too," Helena admitted, her heart racing. That night, for the first time, Helena seriously considered giving it all up. The empire, the fame, the money, the CEO life. She could sell the companies, keep enough money to live comfortably, and start over. Just be Lena, living that simple life with Lucas. But would it be fair to him to build an entire relationship on a lie? On Saturday morning, Helena woke up determined. She was going to tell the truth. She couldn't stand lying to the man she loved any longer. Yes, she loved him. She had to admit it to herself. He picked up his cell phone to call Lucas, but before he could dial, Roberto called. "Mrs. Cavalcanti, Mr. Augusto is here in the office. He says it's urgent." Helena frowned. "On Saturday?" "Yes, ma'am. He looks worried." 20 minutes later, Helena walked into the office, still wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and Augusto Ferreira was in her office looking out the window. When he turned around, his face was serious. "We need to talk, Helena." "About what?" Augusto placed an envelope on the table. "About this." Helena opened it. Inside were photos of her and Lucas, walking in the park, kissing, laughing together. Someone had followed them. "Who took these pictures?" Helena asked, her voice low. "I sent it," Augusto said bluntly. "You've been different for weeks. Distracted, leaving early, canceling meetings. I needed to know what was going on." "Did you spy on me?" Helena threw the photos on the table, furious. I protected my investment. Augusto raised his voice. Helena, you built an empire. You're one of the most powerful women in the country. And now you're getting involved with a mechanic from Queens? Don't talk about him like that. Does he know who you are? Does he know? Helena repeated to him. No, she admitted quietly. My God. Do you understand what a disaster this is? If the media finds out, they'll destroy you. Billionaire CEO lies to poor boyfriend. Shareholders will question your judgment. Your competitors will use this against you. I'll tell him. Today. And you think he'll understand? Forgive? Augusto shook his head. Helena, you lied about your entire identity. He'll feel used, humiliated, and worse, he might sue. Claim he was manipulated by the billionaire CEO. The media will love this story. Helena sat in the chair, reality sinking in. You need to finish this, Augusto said firmly. Now, before it blows up in your face. I am not going. It's not a suggestion, Helena. It's the only sensible option. He took the photos. I'll keep these with me, for now. But if you don't end this relationship, I'll have to take action to protect the company. Are you threatening me? I'm saving you from yourself. Augusto walked to the door. You have until Monday. Finish this or I'll finish it for you. After he left, Helena was left alone in the empty office. She picked up her phone and saw messages from Lucas. Good morning. I dreamed about you. Were you thinking about having lunch together? I want to see you, he said. Helena clutched her phone tightly, tears finally falling. She had two options: tell the truth and risk losing Lucas and possibly the empire. Or end it all now, without explanation, and protect them both from the storm to come. But there was a third option, the most selfish and dangerous: to keep lying, to keep living that dream for a little longer, until the universe decided to destroy everything. Helena wiped away her tears and typed, Sorry, I'm late. Lunch would be great. I'll meet you at the shop in an hour. The answer came quickly. Yes, I can't wait. I love you. Then Helena found Lucas at the shop an hour later. He was finishing fixing a car, but when he saw her, he dropped everything and ran to hug her. Hey, are you okay? Lucas pulled back a little to look at her face. You look worried. Just tired from work, Helena lied again. Your boss is exploiting you too much. Lucas frowned. You need a vacation, or quit this job and get something better. If only he knew she was the boss, that there was no one above her. Come on, Lucas took her hand. I'll close here early. I want to take you somewhere special. They drove for 20 minutes until they reached a small, nearly deserted beach on Long Island. The wind was strong, the waves crashing. It was a simple but beautiful place. My dad used to bring me here when I was a kid, Lucas said as they walked along the sand. He said that when life got too much, just come here and let the sea wash away your troubles. Helena took off her shoes and felt the cool sand on her feet. For a moment, just for a moment, he let himself forget everything. The empire, the lies, Augustus's threats. Lena? Lucas stopped walking and turned to her. The wind ruffled his hair. I need to tell you something. Helena's heart raced. Did he find out? She thought. I know we've only known each other for a short time, 2 months, but I'm sure of how I feel about you. Lucas took her hands. I love you. I really do. And I want to build a life with you. Helena felt the tears come. Lucas, let me finish, he continued, nervous but determined. I know I'm not rich. I can't give you luxury or expensive trips, but I can give you something real, something true, a simple life, but full of love. You already give me that, Helena said, her voice breaking. So, you feel the same way? Helena looked at the man who had opened his heart completely to her, who was vulnerable, honest, offering everything he had. And she? He was offering lies wrapped in false love. I love you, she said. And it was true. The only truth amidst all the lies. But Lucas, there are things about me you don't know. It doesn't matter, he interrupted, pulling her close. The past doesn't matter. What matters is who you are now. And now, you are the woman I love. They kissed there on the beach, with the cool wind and the sound of the waves. Helena clung to him as if it were the last time, because maybe it was. That night, Lucas took her to his apartment for the first time. It was small, above his workshop, with old furniture and walls in need of paint. But it was clean, organized, and had pictures of him and his father everywhere. Sorry about the mess, Lucas said nervously. It's perfect, Helena said honestly, because it was real. It was his. There was nothing fake about it. They ordered Chinese food and ate it sitting on the living room floor, watching an old movie on the small TV. Lucas pulled her to lie down on the couch with him, cuddling. Helena rested her head on his chest and listened to his heartbeat. I want you to meet my family, Lucas said suddenly. Helena was startled. Your family? My mom and my sister. They live in Brooklyn. I've talked about you so much that my mom is curious. He laughed. She said if I don't take you to meet soon, she'll come here. Meet his family. Who would probably Google Lena and find nothing? Or worse, find Helena Cavalcanti. I don't know if that's a good idea yet. Helena tried to postpone. Why? Are you ashamed of me? No, never. Helena sat up, cupping his face. Don't ever think that. I want to make sure it's the right time. Lucas looked confused, but nodded. Okay, no pressure, whenever you feel ready. But Helena knew she would never be ready, because introducing Lucas into her life meant all the lies would crumble. On Monday morning, Helena arrived at the office early. Augusto was already there waiting. So, are you done? Helena stared at him. No. Helena. I'll tell him the truth, she said firmly. In my own way, in my own time. But I'm not just going to disappear from his life like nothing happened. You're being naive, Augusto warned. When he finds out who you are, he'll hate you for lying. You'd better cut it off now and— He deserves the truth, Helena interrupted, and I deserve the chance to fight for it. Augusto sighed in defeat. You have a week. If you haven't resolved this in a week, I'll go to the press first. I'll control the narrative before it destroys you. After he left, Helena stared out the window. 7 days. She had 7 days to find the courage to tell the truth and pray that their love would be strong enough to survive. But fate wasn't going to give her even that. Because at that very moment, across town, an investigative journalist was receiving an anonymous tip. CEO Helena Cavalcanti is having a secret affair with a mechanic from Queens, and he has no idea who she really is. The article would be published in 3 days, and when he left, Helena's and Lucas's entire world would crumble at once. Tuesday night, Helena was in the workshop with Lucas, helping to organize parts. He taught her, and she pretended to know nothing, when in fact, she had studied engineering at Harvard. You learn fast, Lucas said, impressed. I have a good teacher, Helena smiled. His cell phone rang. It was his mother. After hanging up, Lucas turned to her. My mother is making Sunday lunch.
Do you want to go? She insists on meeting you. Helena hesitated, but finally agreed. Okay, I'll go. Lucas picked her up, beaming. You won't regret it. On Wednesday morning, Helena woke up to 50 missed calls. Her heart raced. The headline destroyed her. Billionaire CEO hides identity in romance with Queen's mechanic.
Photos of her and Lucas were everywhere. Comparison shots. Helena in the office in a suit versus Lena in jeans at the workshop. The article revealed everything. How she lied about her identity, how Lucas didn't know who she was, speculation about manipulation. Helena ran to the bathroom and vomited. Augusto called. Did you see? The press is in a frenzy. There are reporters everywhere. Lucas, Helena whispered. He'll find out from the newspaper. She grabbed her bag and ran out. In Queens, Mr. Juon showed the tablet to Lucas. It's about your girlfriend. Lucas read the article once, twice, 3 times. The photos didn't lie. Lena was Helena Cavalcanti, the billionaire CEO. Everything was a lie. Her name, her job, her life, everything. He remembered their conversations about financial hardship. She knew $50,000 was nothing to her. She watched him grovel and said nothing. The phone rang. It was her. Lucas felt nauseous as he looked at Lena on the screen. He hung up. She persisted. Finally, he answered. Lucas, let me explain. Your name isn't even Lena. Silence. How long were you going to keep lying? Please find me. I don't want to see you. You lied about everything. How can I believe you now? What I felt was true, Helena cried. I love you, Lucas. How do I know I wasn't an experiment? The CEO wanting to see how poor people live? It wasn't that. I offered you my life, my heart, everything real. His voice broke. And you offered me a fantasy, a beautiful lie. Lucas, please, don't call me anymore. Go back to your billionaire world. He hung up and blocked the number. Helena fell to her knees on the penthouse floor, sobbing. She tried other numbers, all blocked. She sent messages, all ignored. He had lost the only real thing he had ever had. It was his own fault. Lucas locked the workshop and sat on the floor, hugging his knees, crying. After the storm destroys everything, only emptiness remains. And the question, will we ever be able to rebuild? 3 weeks have passed since the truth broke. 3 weeks of hell. Helena made national headlines. The CEO who cheated on her poor boyfriend was all over the news. The company's shares fell 15%. The board demanded her resignation. But for the first time, Helena didn't care about the empire. All that mattered was the man she had lost. She tried to go to the workshop twice. Lucas told her to leave. The second time, he yelled, "You used me! You made a fool of me!" Helena left a letter. Lucas tore it up without reading it. She sent flowers. He threw it in the trash. She transferred $100,000 to the repair shop. Lucas returned it. I don't want your money. I wanted you, the real you. But she doesn't exist. Lucas was also devastated. He couldn't work properly. He barely ate. At night, he looked at photos of Lena, smiling, happy. It seemed so real. Mr. Juon visited. She made a mistake, but her love was no lie. It was all a lie. On Friday, Augusto filed papers. The board wants you to step down. I resign, Helena said without emotion. What? I resign. Permanently. I spent 10 years building this and I'm alone. I lost the only thing that mattered. She took off her badge. Find another CEO. Helena went straight to Queens. She arrived at the workshop at 7 o'clock in the evening. She knocked on the door. Lucas opened it. I told you not to come. I need you to listen. Once. Then I'm leaving. Lucas hesitated. Something in her eyes. Real pain. 5 minutes. You were right, Helena began, trembling. I lied about everything. But one thing was never a lie. How I felt about you. When I came here, I was running away from an empty life. You saw me. Not my money, just me. Then why did you lie? Fear. Fear of losing those moments if you knew the truth. Tears fell. Every laugh, every kiss, every I love you, it was all real. You made me feel alive. I gave up today. I gave up everything. You were right. Nothing matters if I lose who I am. Helena turned to leave. I just wanted you to know. You changed my life. I'm so sorry. Lucas's hand grabbed her arm. Wait. Helena stopped, but didn't turn around. She couldn't look at him. Lucas's hand was still holding her arm. Did you really resign? Lucas asked quietly. Yes, today. Why? Because you made me realize I was living the wrong life. I conquered the whole world and lost myself. Helena finally turned around. His eyes were red. And I lost you. Lucas released her arm and ran his hand over his face. Helena, you destroyed me. I gave you everything. My heart, my dreams, my trust. And I discovered I was loving a lie. I know. But, he continued, and Helena's heart leaped, I can't forget you either. I've tried. God knows I've tried. But every time I close my eyes, I see you. Your smile. The way you look. And I wonder, was it all a lie? Or was some of it real? It was real, Helena said urgently. Every second with you was the most real part of my life. Lucas walked over to the old chair where they used to have coffee. He sat down, exhausted. I loved you, Helena. I loved Lena. But now I don't know who you are anymore. Helena approached slowly and knelt in front of him. I am both. Helena is who the world forced me to be. Lena is who I always wanted to be. And with you, I was Lena, the best version of me. How do I trust you again? His voice broke. How do I know you won't lie again? You don't know, Helena admitted. I can only promise that I'll never hide anything again. And I'll spend the rest of my life proving that you can trust me. If you'll just give me a chance. Lucas looked at her, really looked. He saw the woman he had loved, but he also saw the pain, the regret, the vulnerability. She had left everything behind, the empire, the power, for him. I don't want your money, he said firmly. I know. And I don't want to live in your world of luxury. I don't want it anymore either. So what do you want, Helena? She took his hands. I want to start over, from scratch. No lies, no masks, just the two of us, discovering who we are together, if you'll give me that chance. Lucas was silent for several long seconds. Then he sighed deeply. It won't be easy. It'll take time for me to trust again. I know. And you're going to have to prove every day that this is real. I'll prove it. Lucas pulled her hands and helped her up. Then let's go slowly, very slowly, like we're meeting for the first time. Helena felt tears well up, but this time of relief. Can I start again? Like this? She wiped away her tears and extended her hand formally. Hi, my name is Helena Cavalcanti. I just resigned as CEO and have no idea what to do with my life. But I love bad coffee and would love to get to know you better. Lucas looked at her hand, then at her face. And for the first time in 3 weeks, a small smile appeared. He shook her hand. Nice to meet you, Helena. I'm Lucas. And I think this is going to be interesting. Things between them were different now, more cautious. Lucas still had moments of distrust. When Helena took a while to answer a question, he'd get tense. When she left early, he wondered if she was hiding something. But Helena understood. Patience was the price she paid for the lie. She rented a small apartment in Queens. Nothing luxurious. 1 bedroom, living room, kitchen. But it was hers. No butler, no driver, no fake life. She learned to cook, shop, take the subway. What's it like to live like a normal person? Lucas asked one night, eating instant noodles that Helena had made for dinner. It's liberating, she replied honestly. Scary too, but liberating. Lucas's mother finally met her. It was tense at first. Donna Mendez had seen the news and was suspicious. But during lunch, Helena didn't pretend to be anything other than what she was. A woman who had made a mistake and was trying to make amends. You hurt my son, the mother said directly. I know, and I regret it every day. He loves you, even after everything. I love him too, more than anything. Mrs. Mendez studied Helena for several long seconds. Then don't hurt him again, because next time you'll have to deal with me. Helena smiled. Fair enough. Weeks turned into months. Helena and Lucas rebuilt their trust brick by brick. He introduced her to friends in the neighborhood. She taught him things she'd learned at Harvard about business management, helping to sustainably expand the workshop. You don't have to do this, Lucas said when she presented a detailed business plan. I want to. Your dreams are important to me. One night, walking along the beach where Lucas had first said, I love you, he stopped. Helena, I need to tell you something. Her heart raced. What? I have forgiven you. Helena felt the tears come. Lucas. Let me finish. He took her hands in his. It wasn't easy, and there are still scars, but I understand why you lied, and I see how you've changed, how you're trying, and I don't want to live in the past anymore. Are you sure? I do, because I love you. Not the CEO, not Lena. You. The real Helena, flaws and all. They kissed there, with the sound of the waves, right where everything had begun to fall apart months ago. But this time, it was different. It was real. Later that night, in Helena's small apartment, Lucas pulled her close on the old sofa she had bought secondhand. You know what's funny? He said. What? I loved you when I thought you were poor. I loved you when I found out you were rich. In the end, money never mattered. It was you. It was always you. Helena rested her head on his shoulder. I threw it all away. The empire, the power, the fortune. And do you know what I discovered? What? That this here, she squeezed his hand, is worth more than all the billions in the world. And for the first time since everything fell apart, Helena felt like she was home. A year later, the Mendes workshop had transformed. With Helena's management expertise and Lucas's mechanical talent, they expanded into a larger space. They hired 3 employees. Their client list grew every week. Helena worked in administration, something she loved, but now by choice, not obligation. She wore jeans and a t-shirt, her hair tied back, and no elaborate makeup. She was the happiest version of herself. One Saturday morning, Lucas walked into the small office Helena had set up in the back. There's someone here to see you. Helena stood up, confused. Who? It was Augustus. She hadn't seen him since the day she resigned. He looked older, tired. Can I talk to you? Augusto asked. Lucas looked at Helena, who nodded. Okay, leave it to me. When they were alone, Augusto looked around. So this is where you work now? Yes, and I'm happier here than I ever was in that fancy office. I can see that, he sighed. Helena, I came to apologize. I raised you to be a money-making machine. I never thought of you as a person, and when you found happiness, I tried to destroy it. Why are you telling me this now? Because the company isn't the same without you. But more than that, because you deserved to be happy, and I never let you. Helena felt a tightness in her chest. Augusto, I'm not going back. I know. I didn't come to ask for this. He handed over an envelope. Your shares, they're still yours. You built that. And even if you're no longer in charge, you deserve the rewards. Helena looked at the envelope but didn't take it. I don't need this. I know you don't need it, but take it anyway. Use it to expand this place, to help people, for whatever you want. But don't let your years of work go completely away. Helena finally took the envelope. Thank you. And Helena? Does he make you happy? She smiled. More than I thought was possible. Then I was wrong. About everything. Augusto went to the door. Take care. After he left, Lucas came back. Is everything okay? It is, more than anything. Helena showed the envelope. My shares in the company. It's worth a lot. Lucas tensed. Are you coming back? No, but we can use some of this to grow even more here. Open a free mechanics school for the neighborhood. Helping young people like you was once a thing. Lucas's eyes lit up. Really? Seriously. The money has always been there. Now I'm going to use it for something that matters. That night, Lucas took Helena back to the beach, the same place where it all began and almost ended. "Remember the first time we came here?" he asked. "How could I forget? It was the day you said you loved me. And you almost told the truth, but you were afraid." Lucas turned to her, nervous. "Today I'm the one who's afraid." "Then?" Lucas knelt in the sand. Helena covered her mouth with her hands, her eyes filling with tears. "Helena Cavalcanti, you came into my life as a lie, but you became the most beautiful truth I've ever known. You taught me that love is about choice, about starting over, about building together." He took a small box from his pocket. "It's not an expensive ring. I can't give you mansions or luxury trips, but I can give you something real, a real life with real love." He opened the box. A simple, delicate, perfect ring. "Marry me?" Helena knelt in front of him, crying and laughing at the same time. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." Lucas placed the ring on her finger and kissed her as the waves crashed on the beach and the sun set on the horizon. "I love you, Lena," he whispered. 6 months later, in a small church in Queens, Helena and Lucas were married. Just her, radiant, walking toward the man who had taught her what true life was. "You look beautiful," Lucas whispered as she reached the altar. "And you're crying," Helena chuckled softly, wiping a tear from his face. The priest began the ceremony. When it was time for the vows, Lucas held her hands. "You arrived hiding who you were, but I discovered who you really are. A strong, courageous woman who had the courage to leave everything behind to start over. You taught me that love is worth more than any fortune. I promise to love you every day, through the good times and the hard times. That is my truth." Helena wiped away her tears before speaking. "Lucas, you saved me. I didn't know it, but you did. You showed me that I was living an empty life. Yes, I lied at first, and I will always carry that regret. But you gave me something money could never buy. Forgiveness, a second chance, and true love. I promise never to hide anything from you again, to be transparent, honest, and to love you with everything I am." When the priest said, "You may kiss the bride," Lucas pulled her in and kissed her intensely while everyone applauded. At the simple party they held in the church hall, Helena danced the first dance with Lucas. He held her close. "No regrets?" he asked. "None. And you? I almost lost you because of my pride. I almost let the best thing that ever happened to me go away. But I learned. Love isn't about not making mistakes. It's about forgiving when we do." Mr. Jerome from the bakery approached with a toast. "To the most unlikely and perfect couple I've ever seen. Prove that love doesn't see bank accounts, it only sees the heart." Everyone toasted. Months later, the free mechanics school Helena and Lucas had opened was full. Young people from the neighborhood were learning a trade, getting a chance. Helena taught management and entrepreneurship classes. Lucas taught the technical side. "You know what's funny?" Helena said one night, lying on the sofa in the small apartment that now belonged to the two of them. "What?" Lucas was making popcorn in the kitchen. "I had billions. I ran an empire. I was called the Ice Queen, and I was miserable. And now? Now I live in a one-bedroom apartment, work in a garage, have calluses on my hands." She looked at her simple wedding ring, "And I've never been richer in my life." Lucas came back with the popcorn and lay down next to her. "You know what I learned from all this? It tells me that sometimes the right person comes in the wrong way, with lies, with fear, with imperfections. But if love is real, it survives everything." Helena snuggled into his chest. "Have you really forgiven me? Completely? Completely. Because I realized one thing. You didn't lie about your feelings. You lied about your name, your job, your life, but never about loving me. And in the end, that's what mattered. That night, cuddled together on the small sofa, watching an old movie on TV, Helena realized she had found what she had always been looking for. She wasn't in a Manhattan palace. She was there, in that simple apartment, in the arms of a mechanic from Queens who had seen her, really seen her, when no one else could. Her phone vibrated. It was a news notification. Former CEO Helena Cavalcanti opens free school in Queens and marries mechanic. I found what money can't buy. Lucas read over her shoulder. They still talk about you. Let them talk. Now they're speaking the truth. Helena turned off her phone and tossed it aside. And the truth is, I chose love. I chose you. And I would do it all over again. Even the lying part? Lucas joked. Maybe I'd skip that part. She laughed. He kissed her softly. I love you, Mrs. Mendez. I love you, Mr. Mendez. Helena and Lucas proved that true love survives even the biggest lies, when there is forgiveness. If you were moved by this story, I need you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Here you'll find the best Korean drama stories, those filled with impossible romance, intense emotion, and breathtaking twists. Leave your like. This shows me that you want more drama stories like this and helps the channel grow. And look at the screen now. There's another drama waiting for you that's so emotional it'll make you cry. Don't miss it. Tell me in the comments, would you forgive a lie like that if the love was true? See you in the next story.